Hey everybody, this is Halstead and Andrew McMillan with REH CPA. Today we want to talk about ITIN numbers. You know, this time of year we're dealing with W-2s and getting all their employees their W-2s, and we're dealing with employers, and every so often we'll get an employer that's trying to issue a W-2 to somebody with a tax ID number and not a Social Security number. So whenever you hire somebody, they're required to fill out an I-9 and provide their Social Security number and some other forms of verification. And you usually run into a problem with an ITIN because it is not a Social Security number. I've got Andrew McMillan here today. Andrew, what can you tell us about the ITIN numbers?
So the ITIN numbers, like you've kind of already alluded to, they are for people who are not eligible or can't receive a Social Security number. So part of being an employer is you're required to verify that the people who work for you are able to work in the U.S. So you get that I-9 filled out, you have to get some level of proof of their documentation, and anytime you get an ITIN number, you need to be aware of that, because how you pay, they cannot go on payroll if they have an ITIN number. And the way you know that is it's a 9-digit number, and it always starts with the number 9. So if someone fills out information that you receive from them and you see a 9-digit number that starts with a 9, you need to understand that that is an ITIN number, and they are potentially not eligible to work here in the U.S.
Which is super confusing, because you look at it, it looks like a Social Security number.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they'd have made something that really put a letter or something in there, but it really looks like a Social Security number.
Yeah.
And our biggest tip off, if it starts with a 9, it's an ITIN number.
Right. So, like I said, you're required to verify that your workers can work in the U.S. So an ITIN number does not authorize work in the U.S. It cannot be used for W-2s, payroll filings, but it can be used for 1099s. Like if you're going to hire them as a subcontractor and pay them a 1099, you can use the ITIN number for that type of work. So just understand, if you receive those, the only way you're going to be able to get their payment to them is going to be through a 1099. They cannot go in your payroll system, your payroll software, and issue them a W-2.
Yeah, it can become quite an issue, because that ITIN number more or less tells you that they're not legal to work in the U.S.
Right.
So if you have someone that's in your employee that has an ITIN number and you need help trying to figure that out, feel free to give us a call. Thank you.